I watched a movie that you suggested that I watch. Part of the Huluween series of movies that came out just this past week. And you said that this one was like a short from Huluween in years past, which I don't remember. I mean, those shorts were like really short. Like
Yes,
they,
I did go back and watch the short for this one after I found out that it was. It is on YouTube if you'd like to watch it. And it co-stars Eric Roberts
hmm,
as a fashion designer. Do you remember this?
no.
No, okay. It's weird that they had this like low budget short and they cast Eric Roberts, but then when they made the movie and had all this money, they didn't cast Eric Roberts.
All
I
right.
wonder what that was about.
But yeah, Appendage, you go ahead and give them the plot because I think you cared for this one more than I did.
All right. So Appendage is about a lady who is a fashion designer, and she's dealing with things in life like we all are: depression, anxiety, bad thoughts in your head, and that oh, I'm not good enough. I'm a piece of shit. Blah 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 blah. Well, what would happen if these evil, bad thoughts in your head manifested itself into a dehydrated Slim Jim monster? Well, originally, it's not a dehydrated Slim Jim monster. Originally, it's like a very, very wet, slimy nutsack monster that grows into a dehydrated Slim Jim monster, and it's just like a manifestation of all your dark thoughts and your depression just manifesting itself into a monster guy with some cool looking eyes. And so this lady's like, oh shit, I got this fucking monster that's it just grew out of me. What the fuck do I do? I know. I'll look for answers on Reddit or Reddit because they do like all these shitty bootleg versions of actual websites and shit. I think in between looking all this, she takes a break and goes to porkrub.com. But anyways, she sees, oh, I'm sorry, looks like you were going to say something there.
Web DR, I think she.
Web PhD. Something fucking dumb. So yeah, she sees a red hat post like, hey, if you had a fucking monster grow out of you, come to our fucking meetup group, bitch. And hey, it's like this post was made for me. So she goes to this meetup group in like a fucking like a weird like broken down house. Not a house, like it's just a broken down building, like
Hmm.
where homeless people probably shit. But they brought muffins and croissants and fresh coffee here so they can all talk about these fucking little monsters that came out of them. So it all breaks down to, hey, I'm trying to make money here. You want to buy some little fucking syringes full of fucking ecto cooler that'll sedate your little Slim Jim monster? She's
Reagent.
almost. It didn't glow. It didn't glow, so almost. So she goes and shooting her little monster friend. Well, not really a friend, but shooting her little monster twin up with this fucking moo juice, and she makes friends with one of the ladies in this group, and I thought it was going to turn into some lesbian shit for a second, so I started pumping up. I was working it a little bit, and it didn't go that way, Joe. It turns out that the people in this group, they're Slim Jim monsters who didn't take over the bodies of the people. They just kind of Shang Tsung themselves to look like they're doubles. And if they did that, why couldn't they just look like anybody else? Somebody else with a better life. So
They
you
needed
know,
to have the host become weak enough so they could attain their appearance and everything. That's what I remember.
well then you go on with the rest of it, Joe.
I don't know. So, like, the thing is, this young lady, she has a friend. They're both working for the same fashion designer, and he's a real stick in the mud, Tom. Boy, golly, is he kind of mean to these people. These I guess they're what do you call it? Apprentices to him.
I mean, they work there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. They're getting paid, and he's got some fashion show coming up, and they're designing the shit for him. And he just approves it or disapproves it or whatever. Anyway, she's got this friend there. She also has a boyfriend that she's been together with for 6 months, but as she's having these I don't know, birthmark monster that came out of her, she kind of neglects her friends, and starts hanging out more with, like Tom said, which I also thought this new friend was going to result in some kind of lesbian action, but it did not result into that. Um, from there, it's just a battle to get her identity back, Tom, because this pod person type girl that's taken over is fucking the boyfriend now, and she's out there, you know making good points with the fashion designer. She's doing what she wants to do, what this other girl really wanted to do. And but no, she just got to get her back. And how does she do that? I don't even remember. She beats her up. I don't know.
Yeah, she she beats up the lesbian,
Mhm.
and then she sees the Slim Jim monster who looks like her. Like, they got this tongue that comes out and like sucks your life essence out or some shit. And the monster in her form is doing that to the boyfriend after they had sex. And the real girl, sorry, I didn't want that to sound transphobic, but the real girl comes into the room. It's like, oh, hey, little Slim Jim monster, it's okay. I know life gets hard and stuff sometimes, but we all gotta deal with it. And, I'll take care of you. Come on, babality. And then the Slim Jim monster reverts into a baby, and she needs to feed it tit milk and shit and keeps it up in the attic. The end.
Yeah, the two
What?
quit their job, and they go live happily ever after. They started their own fashion business, and no resolution.
Johnny and Haji's skirts.
There's no resolution with the support group who is out there, killing humans too. We don't know what happened there. They just said, "Hey, fuck it, we got this other one under control. We don't need to worry about them." Uh, there's a lot of bad dialogue in this thing. The script was awful. The acting was garbage. Both girls, all three girls, they just didn't sound genuine. They just, they were awful. Yeah, and every time they would say something stupid like that, it would just take me out of the movie. I thought it was really predictable that, hey, this group is going to be uh the fucking seed people or whatever the fuck. And so I got that right, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was a decent idea, even though it was a predictable, but they didn't follow through with it. It's just stupid shit that they just like, fuck that plot thread. We're not going anywhere with it. Um, It's not an awful movie, but it is definitely below average. You know, it's not something I ever want to watch again. It's something I'm going to recommend to anybody. It's just, I don't know. This girl didn't have a bad life, Tom. She had a nice apartment, boyfriend. Yeah, maybe she had, some estrangement with her parents, but they're rich, you know, they're really well off. I don't know, but anyway, she had tried to kill herself at one time. And at the end, she confronts her mom, with all these problems she has. And I'm not going to do this anymore, mom. And the mom just says, okay. And that's, yeah, all their problems are solved just by that.
I don't think I'm gonna do hamster style anymore. That's nice.
Very garbage, a lot of this shit was garbage, but I don't know.
I thought it was okay. Uh Made for streaming quality, so you kind of know what you're getting into, all the things that you said. I did like the look of the monsters. I thought the eyes were really cool, the color that they chose with them, and it didn't just look like she was talking to a stuffed animal. Like I bought that this was a living thing that she was communicating and shit with. And I like the message about dealing with your shit that's going on, and everybody has this shit. You gotta keep it under control and know how to deal with it. So I like that message. I like the idea, but you separate yourself from it for a day or two and you start thinking about it and you're just like, wait a goddamn minute. And then shit just kind of falls apart, and it's okay. I can see a lot of people saying, "Oh, if you like basket case or brain damage, watch this movie." Mm, you're not going to get all the really weird shit you would from one of those movies.
I would say if you like
So,
Malignant, then watch this movie. That's the movie,
yeah,
then this is for you.
I think this one's still even a little more mainstream, like more obtainable for the mainstream audience than any of those three movies though. So it's like a more tame version of that. Almost like a Hallmark or a Lifetime horror movie almost. But yeah, it was okay. The monsters weren't the best, but I like them. My big thing is, man, they picked the right color to make that motherfucker's eyes. I don't know, but yeah, that's my main thing is just like, yeah, they picked the right fucking eye color for the monsters. And I guess it has like some weird it doesn't matter. A lot of this shit didn't matter. If they like did another revision of the script, they probably could have had something really good here. Instead, it's just like, yeah, it's all right. It was pretty good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Probably never watch it again, but it was all right.
Yeah,
See if it makes a list.